TurboTax is sponsoring some tournament in Fortnite. I see. Speaking of IC, these are certainly items that we are allowed to start the run with. Rod. Not a huge fan of Rod throwing fight 1. I think it's probably Narwhal. Catfish is strong, is it? It's not a weapon. Guess if I get like defensive items instead of offensive items, I'd rather have the Catfish than the Narwhal. I was thinking if I get Strength, I'd rather have Narwhal, and it just depends what shop I get to take day 1. Rod is probably the best. No, Rod is... Ugh. I don't want to play this comp at all. I already didn't think it was very good, and then a bunch of its pieces got nerfed. I just want to be playing weapons, I think. I'm gonna take the Narwhal. It's maybe the Catfish. Yeah, it's like, well, it's not even baited. Like, Shovel's at least a playable item on the board. Does somewhat respectable damage. Rod's just throwing day 1. Probably throwing day 2, too. Play Rowboat. I had a Rowboat in play for a couple of days, and then I realized it was worse than Captain's Wheel, and we cut it for Captain's Wheel. Mediums versus smalls. I can fill the board with smalls. I'll always have an open space if I go to medium shop. Function's pretty bad, though. If I get strength, I'd rather go smalls.
Sails down, anchors up. Just waiting for your command.
Grenade is good. You can get like grenade powder flask if you're lucky.
Is highly concentrated. Tell everyone you got it here. You want to buy that? I mean, excellent choice. Shall I gift wrap it for you?
Well, we got the powder flask, but no grenade. Take the jelly. Just not really a part of any comp I want to play, and it would force me to sell if I want to roll bronze skills. We do get strength. Okay. It's at least something.
It takes real confidence to let a kid train you. I'm impressed.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies. You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Can I beat the seaweed? Seaweed is so good. Rough.
Bravery without strength is a sword without a blade.
That wasn't even a level board.
People first, profit 10th. you have to leave already?
What are we doing? Take this as a filler item.
Enjoy your
Can take the Langshan out of play. It's not even better. Nah, I haven't played Fire Toxic Cove. Like I'm probably losing to this. Kinda rough. Seems cute. You can haste it, that kills somewhat fast. Shield is nice too.
It's over already. We barely got our flags up.
Definitely cool that that scales now. I really need to find
Facts lately.
better items of this Langshan.
Well, I do miss it. Use it well. Make me proud.
Try to lean into Treb. We want to Insect Wing the Treb. Still need one more gold. Keep the Pet Rock around.
Go make some more stories, then come back and tell me.
Another empty chest, waiting to be filled.
Okay, so now that this doesn't cost an XP to take, I think we are just taking 12 gold. This might honestly be a spot where we just kind of want to high roll a skill. Any weapon skill or burn skill is fine. Worth. Caveat, you've never gotten 10 wins and you had an Icy Enchant. Yeah, it's... No, Icy Enchants are just some of the strongest things in the game. They're very rare, but if you get an Icy Enchant on a good item, you're probably winning.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
They've been getting tuned down. Solar Beach Ball, but no defense. Rock over Piranha. Maybe? Its base damage is pretty low. The built-in 20% crit on Piranha makes it kind of good now. You rock over Narwhal. The Narwhal's fast for the Treb. Did Scout Trooper get buffed? Do I need to be worried about this fight now? Laser Pistol does more damage. Grappling Hook does more damage. Oh, Bolas. Bolas hurts. Oh, yeah, we'd have to cut Narwhal if you wanted to get value out of Brock. That's true. DB does less. Wait, DB does less? here just for that XP. Junkyard Club is nice out of this fight, as is Rust. No, Double Barrel is better at Bronze and Silver. It's worse at Gold and Diamond.
Waste of gunpowder. Ah, place to store the rest of the tyrant's gold. Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight. If I don't have what you need, I'll help you find who does. Oh, delivery's free. I like the exercise.
Play it because there's a cooldown. I'd still be correct to just play the Bolas. It's more damage. Slows aren't irrelevant. We should be killing fairly fast, too. Chocolate bar is not as good when I'm trying to be bursty. Pretty far from being all in on the burst, though. It's really just the loss.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
He's got Rush. Ooh. Not even close. I do want to find a captain's wheel. I wish I knew what silver odds were. It's still not updated, right? Yeah, Bazaar still doesn't know. I think the gold's low enough that we're just going Lost Crate. We're just going docks with our star charts. Hydro dude should be fine. Hey, E-Flight. Doing okay. Doing okay. Silver Piranha.
Waiting to be filled.
Yeah, I played a couple Bob games.
I sense something blocking your power. Let's get rid of it.
Spot's okay. You can do better, right? Frostfire. Best defense is damage scaling, but let's take Frostfire.
I'm proud
It's
of
not good damage scaling. Captain's Wheel. People are overreacting a bit. It was pretty beatable. It's another aquatic or ammo. The main reason for the hotfix is Crusher Claw had to go. The Crusher Claw was a significant bug. And enough people were complaining about Bob that I guess it made sense to remove it while they were hotfixing. Otherwise, people were gonna complain again like they did with Puffer getting removed but Monitor Lizard being untouched. Play Pig today just for Bob. Yeah. Like, Bob was the new thing. Well, I mean, one thing about Bob, like, all those other items that you're naming there, Crook, Caltrops, Giant Club, they either don't scale forever like Crook, or you don't find them until late. You could just play Bob all game. And it was pretty common you would buy a Bob game in, like, turn 2, or day 2, and it would just be your carry item for the whole game. You'd eventually pick up a phonograph. It was usually good enough.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobody.
It didn't feel unbeatable or anything. As far as things that have been hotfixed out of the game, I think Bob is on the lower end of the power level. But definitely wasn't bad. Yeah, it was pretty raceable until the Diamond Phonograph came online. Anyway then, by the time Diamond Phonograph comes online, other quick kill comps are also online. I really want the Captain's Wheel.
Take your time. I'm pretty laid back.
Rowboat? It's kind of bad until it's high tier. I don't really want to have to use upgrades on it.
Every item
Shadow Cloak
finds its
early.
value. It's a
Or Chapeau.
relationship, you know?
It wasn't that hard to get it so that Bob was killing on first activation. Going to pass on a bonus fight. Bob Booby. Yeah, like that was one of the things that seemed like you could play Bob Booby Trap, or you could just have your opponent dead when Bob activated. Turns out killing your opponent's a bit better than freezing their board. I'm really scared of this guy, but I guess when I fought him yesterday, I think I fought him a day early out of the Mountain Pass. The only thing that I really want is the Pistol Sword. Anyway, then I don't even know that I want it with the Treb. Yeah, let's just go here. Yeah, Duelist skill is good too. That's true. Yeah, just like the late game Bob builds weren't really doing anything that Pig didn't already do. It was just an easier line into the builds. Like, you could already phonograph Lion's Cane and one-shot people with that. Or, like, have crit on a Regal Blade, phonograph that, and one-shot people with it. It was just less work to get that together on Bob.
Life is urgent. Hurry up!
So much junk in his pool. What does Vanessa seem so far for me? Pretty good. We've had both games that I played on Vanessa have been 10 wins. Bob and Flagship. They're different classes. I don't know. Does it seem fair when you compare model ship to duct tape? Just not something that I'm worried about.
Haha. Now this will inspire the crew. Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
These options, CDR options for flagship are better than Bob's. I don't know. So Vanessa gets silencer, Pig gets phonograph. Phonograph is more CDR than silencer. You just start seeing it earlier. You also do get to play the balcony on Pig if you want an earlier version of phonograph. Haste definitely better for Vanessa though.
That form bloke can sell the guns. I've got the ammo.
I do want to try this thing.
See you later.
Not sure where I'm getting the haste for it from, but flagship restricted. Yeah, sure. Again, obviously, I don't disagree. Bob seems stronger than flagship. It's just I wouldn't compare cross-class things and cite that as a reason. I wouldn't be surprised if they change they make to Bob is just have it not start at bronze, have it start at silver. Maybe they'll do... I'd say maybe they'll do Reddit's favorite suggestion of having it count things in your stash. I do think that is a cool flavor win, but because Reddit suggested it, they probably won't do it.
Make deals, not war.
God damn it.
You're listening to your needs.
It's a fun idea. Why are people so anti-fun? I don't know if it's a fun idea. It's a flavorful idea. I don't know if it would actually be fun to play in practice. Seal would be great. It is definitely a flavor win, though. Warped the meta in an unfun way.
Pathetic. As
Would it?
spineless
I don't know, the
as
clock wasn't that
jellyfish.
fast. You already kind of want to have the ability to kill your opponent in 10-ish seconds. Bob just made the cap more obvious than it was before. Yeah, like it's just Bonk Pig that comes online a bit faster.
I do not teach. I help you discover for yourself.
Come on. No.
All wisdom has power, but not all power has
Fun
wisdom.
5-second cap. Well, it's 5 second when phonograph comes online, and at that point, every Pig comp is putting you on a similar clock. Like, all the phonograph pigs were killing you on either their first or second activation. Regal Blade goes to a 3-second cooldown, kills you in 2 shots. Lion Cane often would kill you in 1. Am I really skipping Bazaar Con to dig for Captain's Wheel?
Sale, no sale. I want what's right for you.
Darn. To do so much less. Yeah, of course.
Oh, I think you're really gonna enjoy that.
But even then, like, Diamond Phonograph usually wasn't a thing until, like, day 9, day 10. That's not that much sooner than the Lion Cane builds start to come online.
Small things remind me of seeds, acorns, home.
We take this as a placeholder.
It's smaller than Quixel. Oh, it's like the baby birds that nested in my mother. Oh, look. It's so tiny.
You should
Very
know,
eventually to Lion Cane
I'm a
boards,
bit
just
of a
finding
legend
one.
on Palaver.
Yeah. Well, and having the HP. There were more steps to getting Lion Cane. Does opponent's board work? No. Okay, good to know. Arc Blaster carry, not quite good enough, even with Arc Blaster now being a tech. Blunderbuss playable. Not on this board. You should be trying to get HP by default on Pig. Sure. But you still don't always have it. It does just kind of take time for the Lion Cane to be big enough. Levels are a big part of it. Yeah, you are on average a level behind where you were last patch. By the time the Lion Cane starts to come online.
Is that even a battle?
That's great if we can crit.
Few warriors live to retire. Buy my weapons, and you might.
It's gotta be worse than the Treb.
And when you carry my weapon, I fight alongside you.
Maybe?
Does good work. We keep each other.
Forge is nice. What is... The Treb upgrade's whatever, right? Plus 2 burn, plus 20 damage. You get 1 second faster on the wheel.
Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight.
Technically crit. Could be 5% crit on Pet Rock. True.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
Are you sure? Have you noticed? I'm here.
Energy potion. What is going on over here? That was a very good freeze. We have cooked the pig.
That was impressive.
There's a surprising amount of overlap when you get into the card pools. Like, Figurehead kind of ties it all together. A bunch of the haste items tie it together. It's more cohesive than it used to be. I think I just want to find more damage. Just gonna random enchant the Treb.
Things are so dull. Let me brighten them.
That's not damage. That's the opposite of damage. Slow comp is everything together. Yeah, yeah.
Hi, I'm Quixel, Master Merchant or something.
Don't think I'm playing Dock Lines.
Did you know sail and fail rhyme? Sail, fail, fail, sail.
My battle days are over, but my weapons crave more.
Deadly Flagship. Just befriend property. Large slot with 35 damage times 2 multicasts. It also charges the water wheel and charges the trebuchet. We're not playing it for its damage. This could be like 0 damage and it would still be the fastest thing to have the treb go. That said,
Choosing your weapon is like choosing your mate. Don't rush it.
I guess there's a world where you could drop the treb for this, but I don't know if that's even better. The burn is so big. You also have the healing. You do get the haste on crit. The haste on crit matters a lot less if we're cutting the treb. I don't think I can cut this for it. It's just multi-strike 3. I think it's too bad. There's a pistol sword, but we have no flat damage at all. I think if I had a figurehead, I'd pivot to it. Yeah, I don't know how we're salvaging this.
All my weapons have been tested in battle. Have you?
Buying now in case you get a figurehead. I don't have that much gold. We slow, we burn. Or no, we don't slow. We freeze, we burn. It's super easy to find flat damage from pistol sword from skills. Maybe. We already got the bird skill, so we'd just be looking for feather. Let's take more XP. Maybe we get the skill. Have I done eels this patch? No, I have not. Crashers could have dropped wheel. Oh, does that fight have wheel? I don't think I've ever taken that fight. Oh, it does. It's gold too. I don't know. Maybe fine. It's basically you're going to the fight that gives less XP to try to get wheel, or like both fights have one high roll, right? You can either get wheel from that fight, or you can get the skill from the hard fight. But the hard fight by default gives more gold than XP. So you're probably supposed to just take the hard fight.
Well, well, well. Look what the tide washed in.
Darkly enough to inexorable. This is so much better for now.
Got a Corsair spare.
To patch out Crusher Claw, it was bugged with shielded. It got infinite value. Yeah, Crusher Claw was the reason they had the hotfix. Bob was whatever. But Claw was fucked. No, Bob was... People were complaining about it, and they were doing a hotfix anyway. So they hotfixed out Bob. People would have gone insane if they didn't patch out Bob with how much people were complaining.
I'm a people person, and sometimes I sell
About
stuff.
Basilisk? What about Basilisk?
Maybe I should lower my prices.
No, just silver. Train these people to deal with it. Well, I'm sure they don't want to repeat. That entire patch, people complained that they didn't hotfix out Monitor when they hotfixed out Puffer, despite the problems with the items being completely different. Is the crit fixed? Yeah, they fixed Basilisk Fang. That was just with the patch.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
It's a lot of damage. I should say that's a lot of shield. Is more realistically the problem. We're ramping, we're ramping, we're ramping. We have ramped. Cool. Which build would I recommend this patch? It's day 2 of the patch. Ammo Vanessa seems okay. Weapon Vanessa in general seems okay. Bonk Pig in various variants is still good. Pig's Gym is still good. Not sure what to do on Dually. Heal Enchant Clutch. Heal Enchant was very good, yeah. But I've played less than 10 games of this patch so far, and the game just changed quite a bit with the hotfix. Everyone is still figuring things out. I seem to have gotten a lot quieter. Have I? I don't think so. Might have slightly bumped the mic. Yeah, Drill's a fine mid to late game pivot. No, I'm never playing that. I want to believe that there's a Arbalest pivot somewhere.
I'm finished with fighting, but I can help you finish a fight.
Making so many bad shops.
You'll be back with bruises.
What does Bloodreef Captain have? Full Arsenal's cool. He does have a Captain's Wheel. I think that's something that I'm still interested in. Like, the problem with Captain's Wheel is I do need the Powder Flask hasted, too, if I'm gonna haste the Double Barrel. Otherwise, I just have to haste the Revolver. That's so much worse. Because it's potentially cut Double Barrel, play another weapon here, but also not great. I'm gonna take the 2 extra XP. Wheel an Arbalest. You need to be able to reload the Arbalest. There's not quite room. For the Treb is nice. Water wheel in this meta? What's wrong with it? Also, it's day 2 of the patch. What meta are we talking about?
Discounts for peace.
I guess I can't even get the powder flask.
I feel like that decision comes from a negative place.
Yep, Bob is gone. Is it? I feel like I have to upgrade this. Otherwise, the late game ammo problems are just
Now
too
this
big.
will inspire the crew.
Like, we almost lost the previous fight because the double barrel ran out of ammo and the flask was too slow.
Go ahead. Underestimate.
Hotfix
me.
Bob
It makes
Claw,
this
but
more
last
fun.
patch is fine. Well, Claw had to be hotfixed. That was the reason they hotfixed, and then they just took Bob out alongside Claw. Yeah, you got there. Got there. What's wrong with Claw? If you put shielded on it, it went infinite. Peace on shotgun was long. Yeah, we almost got destroyed by that freeze. If Crusher Claw wasn't an issue, I don't think they would have hotfixed. I'll put it that way. But just if they were gonna hotfix anyway, and everyone was bitching about Bob, they just took it out alongside the Crusher Claw change.
The Bazaar's a crazy place, right?
Yeah, they hotfixed already. Yep, Bob is gone. I don't see how I play this. I also don't really see how I play this. Awkward. Go pre hotfix. See, bugged item. It was day 1. The meta was still figuring itself out. Bob looked very beatable. I don't know
That's okay.
why everyone wanted to rush to conclusions. But yeah, generally, it's going to be bugs that are going to cause hotfixes. Drill meta. Is the drill meta even that bad? It was obviously Dooley was the best character, but it's not like Pig didn't have game to him. Pig's late game comps were kind of built to be good into Dooley's late game comps, like Caltrops. Those beat Drill. Like, I feel like of all the things to complain about from Dooley last patch, Drill's like so far down the list.
But can we get moving?
The reason Dooley was so strong is just he was the best character for the first 7 or 8 days. And then Drill was the late game pivot to give you game. But it's not like his late game pivot was that much better than other characters' late game pivots. He just had more wins going in.
Stop resisting.
Do I need to respect this fight more? Well, shit.
Target down. Objective complete.
Oh. Yeah, that's a problem. Armor's a different item. This is the same as it was last patch, wasn't it? It's just now they have more starting freezes. Freezing only self? I think last patch it was bugged to reduce the freeze of the opponent's items too.
You remind me of my first
There was a bug
time
around this, I
in
think.
Rome.
The text is still the same, but the way it functions is a bit different. I think this is the same. Yeah, that fight's kind of spooky now.
If you know you are the best, is not humility a deception?
Oh, Ice Pick? Yeah, it might scale a little bit more.
I doubted a non-Sphinxian could learn that. Impressive.
Parting Shot upgrade, Immolating Spark upgrade. Gets the hastes going a bit faster. I feel like this is not a board that should get to 10 wins, but... I'm not sure what my line to pivot out of it is. Going from 15 to 20, yeah, like that's whatever. Not a huge deal. But I think their freezes now have double duration compared to what they had last patch. And they have 3 additional start of combat freezes because of the skill rework.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Not enough damage? Not enough damage. Brutal.
Yataria? The Dunes? Where shall we start?
Without Puffer. Yeah, I mean, Puffer is not very important. I think Puffer has been one of the most overrated items in the game for a long time. It's a Butterfly for Treb triggers. It's a 7-second cooldown. This thing's also gaining crit chances it attacks. The daggers doesn't. The crit chance is another trigger. Dragon Wing. When you burn, charge of this 2 seconds. That's cute. Turbo Water Wheel.
That
Sure,
belongs in a
whatever.
museum, but I guess you can keep it.
Do infinite relatively easily. Yeah, and when Puffer was going infinite, Puffer still didn't want to be your win con. It went infinite in order to fuel other things. Was almost always the best use for Puffer.
See that plank?
The daily ticket doesn't reset for another 2 hours. They changed the timing on it. That's nice. Octopus water wheel. The slowest start of all time. I guess I should have waited on selling the cinders.
Things? Oh, okay. Maybe next time?
Spin the wheel! Yeah, the problem with replacing the barrel with Arbalist is I don't have a start until, like, 6 seconds into the fight.
That'll put everyone's favorite jackpot!
You also lose a lot of haste triggers with the Parting Shot Cosmic Wind, just part of what's making Trebuchet fast.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
Skill changes. Well, the Diamond Vendor's a lot worse. Oh, hey. Already maxed haste. That's not how that works. Treb needs haste triggers, not to be hasted. Should have an ICD like drill. Yeah, and we're not at that ICD. Seen the new Sworn game? Nope.
Adira has surpassed me in power, but he can never surpass me in years.
Trivial amount of poison.
Soon I think you will be ready for Adira's.
I hate that. It's not great, but it's something. They're the same type of ICD. Every ability has an ICD that can only activate every 0.2 seconds. So, like, the charge on this can only charge every 0.2 seconds. It can only activate every 0.2 seconds. The reason why drill is different is because drill has all of the different things that charge it have separate ICDs. Does weapon and haste on Trebuchet work differently? Let me actually check. Should be able to see that on Bazaar DB, right? Yeah, the weapon and haste triggers should be different, yeah. I guess just less obvious when so much of it is coming from the haste.
Pathetic, as spineless as a jellyfish.
Juggler's cool. Keep it around. If I'm ever able to replace the powder flask somehow. The 2-second cooldown. Interesting. That's the Pam. and it's a burn 6. Okay, hopefully this is strong enough.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
It is still somewhat early. We're fighting a pre-patch board? Kill me. What? Why is this so slow? Not even a good bob. They have a bonk. It doesn't matter.
Do for you right now.
What? Wait, wasn't that shield? I'm not complaining, but I thought that was a shield enchant. It was slow? Okay, I'm just blind. Cool. The more you know.
At last, you have come to the long time.
I want the slow damage skill then. I'm gonna have this. Get some damage scaling. Time for a couple more slows.
Bring others into the long time.
Okay, hours in game. What can I say? It looked like shield.
Well, howdy, hero. Well, you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar.
Well, that kind of makes us have a board.
Circuits to see that find a home. Trash is tragedy. Reuse everything.
This was a incredible curio.
Hooey! Now that's a bargain. That's been sitting there 20 years, waiting for you.
Did flashy reload yesterday. The problem with that is even with flashy reload, I can't really cut the powder flask because my starting crit is so low.
Hooey! Now that's a bargain.
Oh yeah, Octoskill would be insane here. Please? Please? No.
Waste of gunpowder.
It's one way to get a bunch of crit. This isn't gonna level me either way. Ooh. 4 damage. Three different 10s with Rowboat Langshan. Ooh. Interesting.
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Yeah, not beating that. Rough.
All of this is just training. Our real fight is on Pelago.
Yeah, board just a little bit too slow. It's a real good result for Treb. 9's not a real good result for anything. 9 wins is a loss. Well, again, it was never about Double Barrel having the DPS. Like, our damage was coming from Treb. We were getting a fast Treb, but we didn't have a good start. Our Double Barrel wasn't activating until 3-ish seconds into the fight. By then, we're 1 second away from getting eaten by Mamasaur. You just can't really do anything about that. You need, like, Oceanic Rush starts to beat those boards. Hey, Cleston, thanks for the Prime. Thanks for the 18. Welcome back. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break. Be back in like 2 minutes. When we get back, we will play a duel run. Hope you guys stick around.